Hello everyone, welcome back. It is time to do our October budget. This is what I have come up with. Sorry, the camera's in a different spot. For the month of October, I have always loved this washi pattern right here. I'm a sucker for acorns, love it. That is the transaction log, variable income. This is washi strip C, washi strip B, washi strip A, sinking funds, debt snowball, and the weekly checkup. For today's video, we are going to be using the October budget, and I think I'm gonna set up the variable income and the transaction log. I'm still kind of messing around with how, because there's extra pages in the new monthly planner. Erin Condren doesn't call it the deluxe monthly planner anymore. So I'm still kind of playing around with how I want to do that. So I'm going to try out something just a little bit different. I am going to put the budget on this first page here. I hope October is kinder to us than September. September was a bit of a rough month financially, just lots of unexpected stuff. Although I did just open the bill for getting our refrigerator fixed yet again, and it is $400, which makes me like so mad I can't even talk about it. So that is just not fun at all. Happy my fridge is working, but we've had this fridge like 2.5 years. It was brand new when we built our house, and okay, I'm not gonna talk about it because it just makes me mad. So we will get this portion set up. Very good. We will have our totals down at the bottom. There we go. Then I think I'll just go right ahead and I will do the variable income right here. I've been having, since now we have started on our screened-in porch, we have had a lot of items to track in our sinking funds, and that's what I use the transaction log for. So I found myself last month needing to use extra pages for the transaction log. So while we are still doing that, I am going to give myself extra room. And that'll be nice because then it won't be separated by pages and stuff. Variable income I use for my sources of income. They're all variable because I do a bunch of side stuff. So I'm just gonna leave myself like 3 spaces. Okay. Then I like to start right in with the transaction log to give me as much room as I possibly need. And for the transaction log, I only keep track of our sinking funds this way. I don't really keep a checkbook in the traditional sense because I use Dave Ramsey's Every Dollar electronically. That's like my electronic checkbook, if you will. But I really like to keep track of our sinking funds this way. That way I can see exactly what's going on, and I don't have to keep like 5 separate electronic budgets. Okay, I think I'm actually just gonna use the solid color down at the bottom here. All right, then I will use these 2 pages for my transaction log, so I will have plenty and plenty of room to be able to do that. And then I will start my other, probably sinking funds here, maybe weekly checkup there. Still have 2 extra pages, so I really love that they added so many extra pages. That is a really nice little bonus. Let's draw our lines in, and then we will get started with the actual entering of the items and all that stuff. And I'm just gonna stick with this blue, I think. Although, do I have a darker blue? I think I'm using it in my other planner. Yeah, I'm using that in my other planner, so I will just stick with this blue. It'll be fine. Okay. All right, so for Jason, he has his salary. And then I like to just have an extra one because he does do some weddings and that sort of thing. Then all right. So then always our first expense is our tithe. This is $544.00. We have an investment, which happens the second paycheck of the month, for $150. We have our mortgage. Now, our mortgage actually went up quite a bit because we had a shortage in our escrow account, which just helps explain what last month was like. So we have the option to pay off that escrow shortage or basically pay double escrow, not double escrow, but pay the shortage and our escrow for this next coming year, which we're still undecided right now, but for right now, our mortgage payment did go up quite a bit because we haven't paid off that shortage in the escrow yet. So we might decide to do that in the future, but for right now, we're just letting it happen like this. We have our phones. That comes out the first. I always budget our normal phone bill is $170.03. Right now it's around $104 or $105 because we finally paid off our phones. This time around, we're just trying to make our phones last as long as we can. And I'm taking like that extra $65 and saving it each month. So technically this has turned into a sinking fund, but because it is a regular bill, I just wanted to leave it in there. And then I do keep track of it like on my sinking fund page, just so I can know like how much we're up to. But it would be great to get that up to like $500 and pay for one phone, and maybe finance the other phone, you know, when we go to get new phones. So we'll see how long our phones last. We're trying to make them last as long as they can. Spectrum is our cable and internet, which this went up as well because we were finally off of our introductory rate. So that new amount is $168.11. We have consumers, which is our energy bill. which, man, I keep hoping this one goes down, but holy cow. We have, I don't know why this is so high still, because it's been cold for a while and the air conditioner has not run, so whatever. DTE, this one's just a guess because I don't get this. This bill doesn't post for quite a ways into the month, so I don't think it's going to be $50, but I went ahead and put that in there just in case. What is our next one? So to try to kind of make up for some of these like differences, normally I would put $450 in our car gas fund. We do have quite a bit in there right now. I had kind of let it build up a little bit while we weren't quite using $450. So I made this one a little bit shy to make the numbers work this time, which is fine. I'm glad I have that extra in there to be able to do that. And that probably is all, although Jason and I are going to go on a color tour, which is like 3-hour drive there and a 3-hour drive back. So that's at least an extra tank of gas. So I don't know if that'll be enough or not, but there is some cushion in there to be able to do that. So our food bill, we had just a bunch of stuff come up that we needed, and so I actually upped the food bill to $750. We just had a ton of toiletries and just some extra stuff come up that we just really needed. Plus, it's like harvest time, and so I like to go to our local farmers markets and farm stands and buy up a bunch of stuff and then process it and put it in the freezer. And so I'm kind of like buying ahead, if that makes sense. So for November, we should be back closer to our $600, but honestly, it's getting really hard to keep it to $600, even with buying that cow that's in our freezer, because groceries have just gone up. My kids are getting bigger, so yeah, might have to revisit that next month for sure. Just have a little miscellaneous category. This is kind of a catch-all. And I usually just put whatever's left over in there. So $62.89 is what was left over this time. We have a little Apple storage. It's been coming out for quite a while, but I just didn't, I don't know, $3. I was like, do I really add that to my thing? And then I was like, yeah, you always forget about it. Just add it. It'll be fine. Piano lessons. There are only 4 lessons, and he had just bought his books. This comes out the 1st. I'm pretty sure the Apple storage comes out the 2nd. I better double check that though. So his piano lessons are $60. We have Netflix, which we're on the fence about Netflix, so I don't know. We'll think about it. $15.99. We have our Compassion Child, which that comes out on the 2nd as well, for $38. And then I have a little graphic subscription that comes out of this bank account for $9.99, and that's just where I get all of my my patterns and graphics and stuff for stickers that I make. All the rest are sinking funds, so that's where we end that one. That is our operating budget, and then I set up our sinking funds. But this is the meat of everything. We have been doing a really good job staying on budget. So this just helps us stay organized. It really does. And I should say, like, my husband doesn't enjoy any of this part of it, obviously, but he has a lot of say in everything. We have joint say, and then he just, like, he follows the rules. Like, he really does follow the rules well. better than I do, quite honestly, because he hardly ever spends money. So that's how we're able to, you know, I take care of all of this. He knows what's in the budget and what he can spend, and then we generally talk about it every month when we sit down to budget. So this is October's budget. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like always, if you would like to get some of these stickers for your planner, I have that information listed in the description box, my Etsy store, that sort of thing. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.